All right, everybody, welcome into Variant Intel episode 15 with our special guest today's Siege OC. Welcome in, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing well, mate. How are you?
Oh man, what a freaking last couple of days it has been. Oh my god, like Snapshot 6 revealed, dropped, we're playing it. There's a whole bunch going on. There's community shout outs all over the place, man. Like so geez, I don't even know where to start. What was so for the viewers listening, CJOC and then Fat Shady were my two teammates for as part of one of the community teams for the live event. So big shout out to Midnight Society for the invite for that. We really appreciate it. It was so much fun and an honor to be a part of it. Siege, man, let's just start with that. How about that event? How about that whole thing, man? What an experience, right?
The event was overall wild. I'll be honest. My heart was pumping the whole time. Like I was like nervous, but in a good way. There was just so much excitement in the air. So
Yeah, I mean, just like there's so much to it, man. We got AI cleaners, we got a new vendor, we got a new map, a new proving grounds map, we got new game mechanics, new gadgets. I mean, it's just yeah. You want to talk about over delivering? That's the statement of the week, I think. So, um, right off the top, man, I want to say we mentioned community shout outs and stuff. So right off the rip, the live event, was hosted by Rob and Katie Bedford and Quinn, and the even the lead up to the event, there was the music that was playing, which was music from William Morris, who was a guest on the show previously, and so what a cool thing, man! I've been watching his reactions over the last couple of days with this, and so congrats to him for getting that kind of recognition. He makes incredible music. So for the listener out there, if you haven't checked him out, he's really easy to find in the Dead Drop community. I highly recommend it. So GG's to him. Pardon me, man. So where do we even start, man? So we got I tell you what, Siege, you tell me what are some of the highlights? What topic do you want to start on? Because we got so much.
I want to talk about the new map. Personally, when I played day one, I wasn't sure about it. I know it's the proving grounds. It's going through that stage of development, but I'm finding myself wanting to play that more than cold storage. And cold storage is a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, especially with them updating the map. It looks gorgeous. But the new map, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because it's open and there's closed off sections at the same time. It just the flow of the map really flows well to me, and I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, no, the new map is so cool. So, if you're new to Dead Drop, so the way the Midnight Society likes to do things is they'll introduce, if they're introducing a map, whether it's a new one or like cold storage, they all start off like at this blocky, very raw stage that they call, I think, what do they call that? Proxy. Forgive me, I have to go look in the variant guide to get the terminology right, but it's just very like there's not really any graphics, it's all just blocky textures and stuff, and they introduce that to basically introduce to you, the player, the starting geometry, right? So like here's like the rough shell of the map. Try it out, see how you like the geometry, how things are working, and from there they basically iterate, and then we get something closer to what we have with cold storage, where you get a layer of graphics and some updates to the visuals, maybe even some updates to the geometry in general, which we have seen. And speaking of updates, cold storage got some upgrades too, right, Siege?
Yeah, it definitely feels more immersive than it did before. You got the cool air going through like the vents. It just overall it feels more immersive than it was before, which is really nice.
I really like the fog, right? Like
Yes.
like the fog aesthetic, like it's all over the map. In some places it's more dense than others, but like especially with the rising freeze, it's way noticeable. So now like no matter what part of the map you're on, the rising freeze is like way more noticeable from any distance, from any spot on the map, and I really like that.
Yeah, no. Definitely I don't know. It's just it feels like I said, yeah, we got the immersion there, but it's easier for the player to be able to tell like, yeah, you'll have an indicator saying the rising freeze is coming. We get that, but now it's even easier visually. Because let's be honest, we have a lot of things going on when we're in that game. You're hearing gunfights going on. You got to get to the top. So the fact that it's you can see it more visually, it's great. So
Yeah, you got to get to the chopper. Yeah.
literally,
Yeah, you do, man. Oh, somebody, oh man, somebody told me yesterday, man, maybe it was Caramel or somebody in the community, whoever it was, thank you for pointing this out, but somebody said that now if you go to extract out of the helicopter that you bring your whole team. Now, I haven't put this to the test, but I have no reason to not believe that that's a thing. There's been some really cool upgrades overall, like we've been saying. Yeah, man. Going back
I've
to the
tried that
map.
out.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, apologies for interrupting, but on the copter thing, I was okay. So they probably does teams, but I was with someone yesterday, and it's probably because they were on a different team. But it only allowed one person. But if that
Did
whole
it?
team thing is true, that's really cool.
Yeah. Okay. Look. So we're gonna have to go back and do our homework on that topic, folks. But I did hear something about it, so we'll have to do some more research. But that's the thing is, like we were talking about this earlier on Variant Roundtable, with the Twitter Spaces, where there's still so much that we're all absorbing, and I know there's a lot of community members that are way ahead of me on this. Like I said, there's so much to take in. There were so many changes and additions, and it's all super super cool. So I guess like last quick point on the map, the Proving Grounds 2, which I'm assuming is going to be the proving ground version of what will become Sector 2. We all thought it might be Sector 5, but it looks like it might be Sector 2 instead, which, what is Sector 2? Like the lobby, I think is what it's called in the lore. Um, yeah, I think that's correct. So shout out to Joker. Joker did a video a few days back before the reveal that was a breakdown of Midnight Society's wireframe fly through of the new Proving Ground map. And Joker was saying that it looked like a bunch of apartment buildings and streetlights, and like he was spot on 100%. So GG's to Joker for that analysis. And it's really cool. So like Sector 3, you have a bunch of zip lines everywhere, and I want to like use that as a segue into our next topic, which is additions of new gear and gadgets and stuff in Dead Drop. So Siege, so what are some of the stuff that you like out of the new equipment?
For equipment, I'm definitely a huge fan of the adrenaline spray. That comes in very handy, especially when you're in those gunfights or you're trying to get away. So if you guys don't know, it will give you a speed boost and you get damage reduction. Incoming damage is reduced, which is great. So like I said, there's opportunities of if you're in like a 1v3 and you need to get out of there, or if you're about to take a gunfight, take it right there because you're gonna get that reduced damage and more than likely come out on top of that gunfight.
So, but Siege, does it give you more health?
I don't believe so. I think it's just reducing the damage and just the speed boost. I could be
Yep,
wrong though.
yep. That's correct. So, and
Oh, okay, cool.
I kind of did that on purpose because there's a lot of viewers out there that haven't played or aren't aware. There's going to be new people coming into the hobby, not the hobby, the Dead Drop, all the time. So, no. So the adrenaline spray, it is a green and white like bottle looking thing with a gas mask on it, and you basically take a whiff. It's very similar to Battle Rage from COD. It works a little bit different, but essentially, yeah, you take a huff, you hit the sauce, as I like to say, and then there's this green aura around your vision on the game, and that's just your visual indicator that hey, you got speed boost and damage negation. And man, you want to talk about speed boost. So again, for those that are new, Dead Drop is a game where you have your normal running speed while you have a weapon equipped, and then when you stow your weapon, you actually run faster. But with the adrenaline spray, you're really cooking it, man. Like, I'm actually kind of surprised how fast it is.
We had
So,
that when we were in a game. Remember that guy that was running? He was like the Flash. We missed about like 20,
we,
30 bullets. He was just
dude,
running
we
in a
couldn't
circle.
hit him. We couldn't hit him. It was ridiculous.
Oh, it's insane.
It's pretty cool. Um, yeah. So one of my favorite new additions is the zipline thruster. So basically, it allows you to go up the zipline or down. I mean, it's multi. Basically, lets you go up. So you could always go down before, but now you can go up or down. and basically it just you jump on it, and whatever way you're facing is the direction you're going to go. It's an infinite use currently, and you can only go up a zip line if you find one of these. So I really like that the way that works, and I wonder how they'll tweak that in the future, if at all. I think a lot of people, we were talking about this on Variant Roundtable earlier, where I think it's gonna take some people some time to get used to that idea of things, because of like there's other games that have zip lines and grappling hooks and things like that, but Dead Drop is so unique, and it presents um it's going to present what I like to call a mindset shift, right? And it's because of what Dead Drop is. It's a vertical extraction shooter. The buildings, the geometry is so much more vertical, almost more vertical than horizontal. And, so the idea of looking up and down 6 or 7 stories at any given moment, and then to think about, wow, like, especially on cold storage with the rising freeze, like being able to go up a zip line, I don't think people have fully fell into that mechanic yet and realized the creativity that it presents, right? And I think over time we'll see a lot more people getting used to that, right? So I'm really excited about it. We got some folks in the chat saying the adrenaline spray, it seems like the adrenaline spray will help negate a one-shot headshot. What do you think about that?
I think it should. I'm all for that. Don't get me wrong. I love the sniper. It's a deadly, very fun weapon to use. But when you have things like that spray and the heavy helmet, you and I've talked a good amount about this in the past couple of days, it definitely should negate that damage. You definitely should have a chance to live, because there's going to be those people out there that don't have the adrenaline spray. They don't have the heavy helmet. They may have a medium helmet, light helmet, or nothing. But if you have that high tier gear, I think you should be able to survive and have a chance for escape. Because let's be honest, you might be in a corner when you get hit, and it doesn't matter. They'll still snipe you again, and you're down. But I think that's how it should go. That's just my take on the whole thing. You?
Yeah, so my I mean this so one the topic of one shot headshot snipers in any video game is a very polarizing topic. There's a lot of people that love that. There's a lot of people that don't agree with it, and it goes way down the rabbit hole. But for the sake of like Dead Drop and where we're at in this build, which by the way, folks, again, we always like the disclaimer, like it's a pre-alpha, everything is subject to change, and we're still super early. But for me, I really like it, right? I think there should be a way to negate one shot headshot, but it should be something that's very situational, that's like, you can't just have it on all the time, right? So in other words, like you have to go find the adrenaline spray. And then the adrenaline spray, when you use it, it only lasts for like what, 20 seconds or 15 seconds or something. I don't know the exact number on that, but it's a very limited time use. So it's like, what are the chances you're gonna get sniped? And you're using that adrenaline spray to negate that damage, right? So it's extremely situational. Pardon me, and I really like that. And then to kind of go further down the pardon me, I hiccuped. To further go down that rabbit hole, somebody was saying that, yeah, but like, let's say you find a weapon mod and you put it on your sniper, and somebody's using the adrenaline spray. If you have the weapon mod, it would still kill you one shot. And I'm like, so we're gonna have to do some like research and numbers and get together with some of these higher tier players and see like what they're finding out. Um, and it's a really interesting topic. But I'm personally, I like a solution like that because it appeases both sides. Like you can still have that one shot sniper gameplay loop, but for average players like myself, I have a way to negate it if I think and plan, right? In other words, like if I want to avoid headshots, I need to come in loaded with a helmet and the adrenaline spray just in case, right? And then if I see somebody up on a balcony start sniping, I better hit the sauce, put on my heavy helmet, and that's the best I can do. The rest is just going to be luck, skill, timing, combination of, maybe I get lucky and hit a lag spike, right? And then I'll get accused
There
of
you go.
cheating, and then I'll get accused of cheating. So I'll
You've
get
already
accused
been
of being an
accused, right?
yeah, dude. The first day I got accused of being an aimbot, and I'm like, bro, do you guys understand like who you're talking to? I'm like the scrubbiest controller player in the community. So like, I don't even know what an aimbot is.
Like the controller still needs work too. Like it's gotten in a better place.
It's a lot
So,
better.
but
It's a lot better.
you know,
It's interesting. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier too, where like, um, I don't know exactly why it's a little bit better. The one thing I can say for sure for controller players out there is in Snapshot 5, when I would aim down sights with any kind of scope, the sensitivity would just go through the roof. And it doesn't do that anymore, which is extremely helpful. But the movement still feels kind of the same. Uh, that's, maybe we can find out more about that later, and maybe we can invite some developers on to talk about it. But it is a lot better, and I've been having a lot more fun. So controller is absolutely doable. If you're used to doing mouse and keyboard, I think that's the superior way to play. So that's just where we're at right now with the current build. So yeah. So gadgets, let's talk about the cleaners, man. The AI, dude. Okay. I posted a video on this. Me and you were playing, and the AI come in three forms. They have three different like not factions, but like they have a harvester, a scout, and a guard. Okay, so now I don't know if one of them has more health than the other. I'm still learning the lore behind them, but I will say this, and I have a video proof. They have a lot of health. I sniped one of them in the head for 188 red crit damage, and he ate it for lunch.
mm,
so,
you
so
wanted more.
oh, he was like, just yeah, he just stood there. He didn't even there wasn't even any flinch. He just ate it.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, what's your experience been with the cleaners, and like, what do you think, man?
I think they're a very fun new addition to Dead Drop. I'm glad they're here. It makes going back to the whole immersion thing. I think makes the world feel more immersive. On top of the cold storage update, and now you're throwing in cleaners. They're pretty fun, and time to time, you and I have experienced this. When you don't mess with them, they typically it's 50-50.
Yeah,
Typically
it's
won't
kind of
mess with you.
intermittent, right?
Yeah, but I feel like if they're close to you, because sometimes I've seen when they're close to you, they won't interfere. But if someone's like attacking them and one's like lagging behind, they'll start attacking you.
Yeah,
So it's hit or miss. I like to think. I think how it's going to be is if you like in the future when they update them, if you don't mess with them, they're not going to mess with you. That's my guess. Obviously, if you're dead, they'll take your corpse, your loot, all that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm hoping that's how it'll go.
I'm curious too, like what is the like trigger mechanism, because it is, in my experience, it's been intermittent where like, and I know Rob or maybe some of the devs were saying that like, yeah, if you don't engage them, they won't attack you, and that I've seen that happen, but I've seen it happen the other way around, and I'm not sure if like maybe you have to like stow your weapon when you're by them. Maybe that's it. I don't know yet.
Maybe
We
that's
have to
good.
test that out. I can tell you this. Another thing that I recorded was I was I was trying to get to you guys, and we were in the center of the cold storage, and I was climbing up this pipe. And like right when I got to the next level, these three cleaners were just standing there looking at me, and I was just like, "I'll just go back down. I'll chill. Never mind." And
I believe I remember seeing that clip. Like I was scrolling through the
yeah,
timeline quickly. Yeah, that was
I was
good.
like, "Yeah, nope. I'm gonna go back this way. I'm mind my own business." Because they hit hard, dude. Like if you're not paying
Yeah,
attention,
they
they'll
do.
smoke you. They will. So maybe they just like, because I got killed by them one time. Like I wasn't like trying to shoot at them, but they just attacked me, and I'm like, maybe they just didn't like my face. I guess I don't know. So
Yeah, I mean, like yesterday, I was I believe it. What do you call it? The bridge. Across from the skyline.
yeah, yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
skyscraper. I can't even talk. I remember being like right behind those boxes. I was shooting enemies coming up, and then I had the cleaners on my tail. And
yeah,
after I took out the enemies, I was low health. The cleaners were just coming at me, and they obliterated me. It
yeah,
didn't matter because they were all like I was like you said. They have a lot of health. They will eat it like it's nothing and just
yeah,
keep going forward. They don't care. They're
yeah. I
ruthless.
mean, yeah. It's they're relentless. If you trigger them or however that works, man, you better be ready. Make sure you reload your guns. Make sure you have extended mags. Yeah, because it's not that they're hard to kill because they don't move very fast,
Yep.
but they do kind of disappear and reappear, so they have that going for them. But generally speaking, if you focus fire on them, like you'll take them out pretty easy. But at the same time, if you're not paying attention, they'll take you out. So variants and claws alike, be mindful of the cleaners. Just pay attention, listen. You'll usually hear them before you see them. They have very unique sounds, very creepy. It's like something out of a horror movie. So
I love it.
I think it's
it's so
great.
cool.
I absolutely love it, dude. Speaking of cleaners, so one really huge new addition to Snapshot 6 is the vendor, and he is actually a cleaner, or it. We don't know. Their cleaners are supposedly like half human, half robot, some kind of synthetic being of some kind, and their allegiances are obviously shifty because they're AI combatants, but they're also a vendor that if you have enough space dust, you can do dealings with them. So, Siege, tell us a little. How does that whole vendor scenario work?
Well, the first part, which is very exciting to me, is being able to recover your weapons or gear, whatever you tag. So, if you tag certain items, I believe you have to. Whenever you tag the items, you have to use space dust, right? Or is it only when getting them back that you have to
No, no,
spend
just
space
so
dust?
so we cleared this up. OMA and Shots kind of helped me clear this up earlier. Those are two
Okay.
community members. They said that you pay to tag, but you don't have to pay to get it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
And the deep
Um,
freeze weapons, by the way, are free. You don't have to spend space dust to tag your deep freeze weapons. But there is one caveat about the tag system, right? Do you know what that is?
no, not off
So
the
as
top of
far
my
as
head.
pardon me. So whenever you tag stuff, a lot of people like to refer to it as insurance, like an insurance mechanic, because it works very similarly to Tarkov, where when you
Mhm.
tag your item, you're basically paying to like ensure that hey, you get that item back. However, there is one caveat, and I love this about it. I love that this is a thing. The caveat is you can pay to tag something, and if you die and drop it, the cleaners will clean it up, and you'll be able to get it back, unless another person extracts out with it. In that case, you're done. So it doesn't matter. You're not getting it back. So, what do you think about that?
I mean, I think that's how it should work. It's realistic because obviously, you shouldn't be guaranteed because you're chancing at spending some of your space dust. It's not like a guaranteed thing, so you're risking it. But I think it's a good risk, especially if you're tagging a high reward item like a fully kitted sniper rifle or heavy armor of any sort. So I think that's how it should work. Because if you just spent your space dust and you knew you were guaranteed to get it back, then there's no real consequence with your loot.
Exactly. Yeah. It just kind of breaks the gameplay loop, right? Like,
Yep.
like, like this is overall an extraction shooter. So the fear of losing loot is ever present, and it's supposed to be. That's what makes an extraction shooter, right? Is like
Mhm.
it's and but like I said, for casual players like me, or let's say more average players, or even players that are really beginner level, right? It's like having some kind of mechanic where you can kind of get some gear back most of the time is really nice. And again, it's dependent on two things: do you have enough dust, and did anybody take and extract out with it, right? So as long as you got the dust and nobody else gets it, you pretty much should get it back, and that's great. And the space dust itself, right now, I actually just learned this earlier during Twitter Spaces, was um, how much items cost and how much it costs to recover items scales based on your inventory and how much space dust you have. And I think that's a really interesting way to do it. I think it's pretty fair because there are players with different skill levels, right? So it kind of just makes it so no matter what your skill level is, you have to really think about what you're spending, how much you're spending, and things like that. So, I mean, now look, let's be real, right? A lot of us are gonna grind this game out to oblivion. We're probably gonna have millions of space dust, and we're just gonna be, you know, uh, if Jimmy V were around, he'd be like you'd be like his favorite guy because he Jimmy V, that's what he does. He deals in the dust, man. So something tells me we might be hearing from him soon. So
Jimmy V's a vibe. I'm all for it. I'm
yeah,
all
man.
for it.
So all right, man. So we're just cooking right along. Let's see. We talked about the new gadgets, the new map. Um,
The weapons, man.
I was gonna say, let's talk about the weapons. What do you think, man? What are you seeing out there? What's going on out in the world of Dead Drop these days with guns?
I think the weapons feel a lot better with what the changes that they made to them. I will say personally, and I think hipfire is still a problem. I'm
Uh
seeing
oh.
people beam. I get the attachments, I get all that, but I don't think an SMG should be able to beam someone, medium distance hipfire wise. No, 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 no.
Well, wait. Did they have
I'm
a
not playing.
but did they have a weapon mod?
See, regardless, I don't think Hipfire should be able to do that. I'm not playing Valor. I'm not playing
Ooh.
CS:GO. If I want to go do I'm just being honest. Hipfire is cool, but Hipfire should be something up close. You should be aiming down sights. That's regardless SMG rifle, no matter what. I
Yeah.
don't think Hipfire should be that strong at all. Again, if I wanted that, I'd be going to play Valor. I would play CS:GO,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I don't
Hey,
want that.
look, we welcome all opinions, and look, there's gonna be again when we talk about like weapon balance in any shooter in any video game, weapon balance, sniper, one shot headshots, any of that stuff. Those are always going to be the most polarizing topics, and again, it's really cool because we're gonna get to hear like both sides of it. The developers are gonna be really listening to feedback, and it's nice to see this new weapon meta, and there absolutely is a new weapon meta. Shotguns are like crazy. Um, uh, Hand cannon or the what do they call that, the heavy pistol. um
Yes, it's nutty. I've seen it.
I
I haven't used it, but it's nutty. I've seen
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm not good with it yet, but I'm practicing because it is awesome. You can, if you set it up right, like you can basically two tap people with that gun. And
it. Okay.
not only, shout out to Henry at Midnight Society, one of the developers. He does the character animations and stuff. And the new animation for the heavy pistol is so cool, man. It is so cool. It plays into that fantasy, it's like the icing on the cake, right? You get the two tap, he does the flourish with the gun, like you just feel like a complete badass.
I mean, I hear people comparing it to the wingman of Apex Legends.
it,
That's what
it
I've
kind of
heard.
feels that way, and it has a similar design aesthetic. Not near, it's its own gun, but
Hmm.
if we're gonna compare it to one and have some point of reference, I think the wingman from Apex would be a great starting point. And
Okay.
yeah,
I mean,
definitely give it a shot if you haven't.
I need to. I have a couple of my stash. I might pull those out tonight.
Now they are a precision weapon, so they are what I would call like a little bit. They take a little bit more skill to use, but I mean, look, if you're an above average player, you're gonna feel right at home. I think it feels really good. I'm not gonna say it's too powerful, not yet. I'm gonna wait and kind of listen to the community and how they gauge some of these weapons and because like I said, I'm okay. I can kind of hang a little bit and stuff, but I'm not that top tier, Counter Strike player or nothing, right? So, uh,
No.
I want to see a little bit more of what the community is going to say about the weapon meta. But it is nice to see all the changes. I've heard people say praises about the AR, saying that it's just like a lot better, which is nice. Um, I don't know. I know Cairo was like really worried they might buff the double barrel shotgun, but it sounds like the pump got the buff. So,
Yes.
yeah, tell me about that, man.
The pump feels amazing. That's where it should be. It should stay where it's at. I like to think that the pump. I mean, everybody's a different play style. So really, if you're a double barrel, like if you're gonna land those shots, you want to risk the whole two shots, go for it. But I would like to think the pump is better. Because you have more shots in the chamber, so you don't have to worry about the whole. Oh no, my two shots are gone. I gotta reload and I'm at risk. So that's a nice thing about the pump, and I like to think that the pump rivals the double barrel at the moment, maybe even better because again,
Yeah.
that extra ammo in the chamber with the buff.
I like, so for me, just my personal experience, the
Mhm.
full auto shotgun is nasty. It's kind of silly. Um
Agreed.
like if you round a corner and someone's just like holding down the trigger on that thing, you're probably just going to go away. Like it's kind of there's some like broken stuff in this game, and again, like this is all super early stuff and things will evolve, but I mean, it is kind of funny to like I know the pump has deleted me quite a few times. The full auto has definitely got me a few times. I think the range on the full auto needs to get looked at, but that's just early first impressions, so I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know that they changed the sniper too much. I'm not looking at the patch notes, so forgive me. I'm sure there might be something in the patch notes about this stuff, but we're just kind of doing a general overall. So like what's your favorite gun you're using with this new build?
Oh, the assault rifle.
Okay.
I've been repping that from the beginning. Even in the last snapshot when everybody was using snipers, I said nope. I'm stubborn. The AR, the assault rifle, best weapon ever. Don't care. And it feels amazing. This snapshot. It's getting there. I still feel it needs a bit more tweaking. I believe they lowered the damage because I was looking at the patch notes the other day. I believe they lowered the damage a bit, but the RPM on it by 100, so like 600 to 700.
Wow.
Um, I personally would have left the damage, but again, the RPM makes up for that in a sense. But yeah, that's me. I think everything honestly feels great, but the assault rifle is definitely my favorite, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. What about you?
Yeah. You know, man, as much as I need practice with it, I'm just a sniper rifle kind of guy, man.
Okay.
I really love the, that fantasy gameplay loop of running sniper class, and the sound effect that they use for the sniper is so satisfying. Like even when I headshotted that cleaner and he just ate it for lunch, like it still just was such like I zoomed in on the footage and it's just boom. I mean, when you get especially if you get like a no scope body shot or something on somebody that's like low health, I mean, or even if you're good enough to get a headshot no scope, it's super super satisfying, man.
Agreed.
The sniper is just, it sounds great, it looks cool. I'm sure they'll iterate and do some skins and stuff later on down the road, but I really love the sniper. I'd say other weapons. I'm really liking the new heavy pistol, the new hand cannon, the new and improved version of it, and the burst pistol, which someone in chat was talking about. I do like the burst pistol. It's satisfying to get kills with, but like I I think I just need more practice with it. It's just a different kind of weapon. So, and then yeah, the SMG is just a monster. The AR is a monster. I can tell the AR has been buffed. It definitely feels like it.
Hmm.
Um, there's a lot of shotguns. I'll have to give some more try to the shotguns. I haven't messed with them a whole lot. But yeah, if you ask me to pick one, I'd say the sniper rifle, hands down. You know,
It's a great weapon overall. I can't blame you for that pick. That'd be top three for me. And you
yeah.
know me, I think we talked about this plenty. I'm not a sniper guy. I again, I think it's because I'm stubborn and it's like, no, I'm a rifle guy, whatever. But I picked up the sniper a couple times. I've hit some dirty shots. It's like I don't know why I don't push myself to use it more. But like you said, it's very rewarding, very fun to use. I can't not say that because it is.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun, man. And now that I can actually kind of use some scopes in this new
Yes.
in this new snapshot on controller, like I can actually use scopes without the sensitivity flying all over the place. So it's been nice to kind of practice and experiment with that. I still need a lot of practice, but
Hmm.
yeah, dude, like I think I got one in the new Proving Ground 2 map. This guy was looting, I caught him slipping, popped him right in the back of the head, man. And I was just like, whew, good night.
Feels
See ya.
good.
See ya. So, yeah, man, there's so much stuff. There's so much good content, and yeah, man, the community is more alive than ever before. The the developers are just championing these community members like I've never seen any video game studio do ever, and it's so cool to like see my friends, that people that I would call friends, like getting shouted out, getting featured, getting called in to do community events, like all around, man. So shout out to the Dead Drop community, man. It's a privilege and an honor to be a part of it. It really is.
It's
So
all well deserved too. And like you were talking about earlier with William, I love that guy. I'm glad that I've got to interact with him more.
yeah,
Like
he's great.
if you want to talk about good vibes, he's full of them. And the music, like the other day, I took all the tracks, I put them all together for one track for for streams and stuff. Ah, I can't get over it. Even when I'm working and doing my own thumbnails, I'm just jamming out to like this is it's good. I can't get over it, and I'm proud to see of what he's achieved, and I'm excited to see what he achieves in the future and everybody else in this community because everybody's great, honestly. Like the content creators and just the Midnight Society, community overall is wonderful, and I'm grateful to be a part of it.
Yeah, I think we all kind of echo that same sentiment, man. It's just unlike. I mean, I've been a part of other gaming communities, and there's a lot of really great ones out there, man. But this one, I don't know, man. Especially going to the live event and seeing everybody and meeting the developers in person. I think that's really what happened, uh, for me. That like solidified it for me is when I got to go to this event for Snapshot 5 and meet the developers in person, like how they interacted with us and with me, and like, you know, because you hear about this in other game communities. Oh yeah, the developers, the community, like they it's really cool and the developers are really supportive. But then like some of it, like, but to see it in person, to see these people as real people and like really expressing their gratitude and really showing interest in your opinion as a community member is like seeing that in person is was one of the most like like what's the word I'm looking for, like amazing things to see for me personally, man. It really um kind of showed me that yeah, like this is where I want to be.
I like you said, there's many amazing other communities out there, but as we know, Midnight Society is the first to do it. Developing the game with us along, and
Yeah.
with how they've done so far with the community and development, and everything. I don't think there's another community that can rival this. And yeah, maybe I may be biased because I'm a part of it, but I haven't. It's so positive, and that's rare these days in gaming. Like, yeah, there's going to be people in communities that ruin it and stuff like this, but this community, I don't think at this time anything rivals uh it overall. Like I think uh who said it? It was like like Whiskey once said, makes you feel like a family. I feel like these people are family. They are becoming friends. Like I talked to some a new variant, and then they're my friend. Like just like that. People are just awesome. So
Yeah. And it was like that at the live event too, man. And I can't wait. I'm hoping more people get the opportunity to go to the next live event. I've already like I'm already like hardcore saving money for whatever the next one's going to be. We don't know yet. But I don't care, like whatever it is, I'm saving up now because like I don't want to miss another live event like ever. So like I highly recommend it. And to your point on this community and how it's so unique and it's its own thing, we like I like to advocate, like, if you're someone listening to this show and you don't know what Dead Drop is, this is the first time you're hearing about it, or somewhere in between, maybe you've been here for a while, I encourage you to come join the community. Come be a part of this project. You don't have to buy the NFT and be a variant at all. You can come in and join the Discord. Like this, I'm telling you, you join this community, you're not gonna regret it. Like it is, it's like Whiskey said. It's like being in a big family. And I highly recommend it to anybody. It's so cool.
nothing but good vibes, dude.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So yeah, we're pretty much at time. I mean, unfortunately we don't have like hours and hours to really like cover everything. I know there's a ton we missed. There's so much going on with the snapshot. There's so much going on outside of this conversation today with lore and stuff. Like hit us, for all the listeners out there, hit us up on Twitter, follow all the people that are doing Dead Drop stuff, start getting involved and learning. Like there's a whole bunch of lore coming out. There's teasers for the next snapshot already being teased. Um, I mean, it's just come join and have a blast, and we can't wait to see you here, man. It's gonna be so much fun. So Siege, dude, thank you so much for being on today. Thanks for being on my team for the live event. Really appreciate you, man.
Hey, I appreciate both opportunities, man. They've both been fun, and I definitely would love to come back here sometime.
Oh, we'll try to work something out, man. And before we go, where can people find your content?
They can find me on YouTube, CJOC, and same for Kick and Twitter, CJOC.
All right. Well, dude, again, thank you so much. And thanks again to Midnight Society and all the folks there for not only creating this community and fostering it. Thank you again for the opportunity to be part of the live event. I really personally appreciate it. And I know everybody else does too. Please keep doing what you're doing, and we're here for it. And with that, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any future Variant Intel episodes. And we will see you in the tower. Have a good one, everybody. All right, so that's it for the recording. We are still live on the stream, but I am going to go ahead and cut the stream temporarily. Siege, I know he's got his own thing to do. I'm going to gear up and get ready for a stream here in a little while. I'm going to be playing some dead drops. So, Siege, if you want to team up later, you know you got my number, baby.
Oh, for sure. We're definitely gonna make it happen tonight. You already
Hell
know.
yeah, we're getting some dubs tonight, man. Let's go.
Hey, yes, sir.
Hey, thanks to the chat. I do want to do Siege. If you got to go, by all means. No, I'm not going to hold you up. I'm just going to do some shout outs and then I'm getting out of here.
All good, man. I'm good to hang till then.
Yeah, yeah. So shout out to let me check YouTube real quick. So we have William Morris stop by, Colby Cheesecake Jake, Paco Disrespect was showing up. Appreciate all you showing up on the YouTubes. And on Kick, we got Fat Shady, Praise Jinx, Whiskey One, and I think we had a couple others. Chris 1982, Ecstatic Shadow. Appreciate y'all being here. Everybody, the support's been incredible. I hope y'all are enjoying these episodes. The YouTube version of this will be up between now and Saturday. I've got a busy schedule. I'm going to be gone most of the day tomorrow. And same thing for the Variant Roundtable episode. Those are going to go up on the channel soon. Next week is going to be a whole slew of dead drop videos. There's, like I said, there's so much to digest. Just give me some time on that. But I really appreciate everybody. Again, thank you so much. Siege, love you. We'll see you all in a little while, okay?
Love you guys. Love you too, man.
Have a good one, everybody.